Good morning guys, I'm Chris and welcome back to this Sunday's episode of Rift Amps. Right, I think I figured out this face tracking feature. It's useful for when I'm hand holding, when it's in handheld mode, right? So it keeps you in frame regardless, you know, what position your actual hand is in. Keeps your face focused, so that's good. But when I'm doing these kind of static, you know, talking head shots to the camera, I don't think it's really needed. I did mess around with different gimbal speeds and things, but ultimately, I've just turned it off, and it seems to work well. I'm much impressed with the improvement in image quality over the iPhone that I was using. So I'm going to stick with this because I do like it, and there are some fun functions and features that this unit has got. It's the DJI Osmo Pocket 3, which is it is a vlogging camera type thing, but yeah, I've barely scratched the surface of what this thing can do. But the audio quality is better, the image quality is better. It's just some of these functions. Just trying to work it out and learn. So thanks to all that gave me feedback on Wednesday's video. Some of you didn't mind the tracking feature. Some of you really didn't like it. And boy, did you let me know. So don't worry, you haven't annoyed me. We're all learning together. It's fine. But yeah, for these, I've just turned it off. And I'm now getting the image quality that I want with the frame of references that I want. So the field of view, that's what I meant. And I'm not getting, the problem is that I think it was just too sensitive in that, you know, if I quickly moved, it'd dart with me, which was really weird. And again, I managed to dial that down a little bit, but it's, I guess it has to be quite reactive, again, if you're walking around vlogging stuff. It needs to be able to do that, but for these static shots, I guess it's kind of not good. The only issue is that it depends where you want to be in shot, I guess. It does have a joystick, so I can move it manually, and I've got this on a nice slow rotational speed there, which is nice, which means I can adjust it in all sorts of directions to make it do what I want it to do and get me in frame exactly where I want to be. Always trying to use the rule of thirds, you know, the golden spiral, that sort of stuff. Make the image and the whole scene look nice. But yeah, we're getting there. So thanks for all the feedback, as I said. Anyway, look out for more improvements in the future. It's a learning curve and it's a process. We'll get it right eventually. But very, very cool. Overnight, I had an order come through the website all the way from New Zealand, which will officially be the furthest I've ever shipped a Rift product. I send stuff to Australia all the time. I've got a dealer down there in Melbourne and a couple of private customers as well. I've sent stuff to Japan, you know, the Far East, all sorts of those places. Got a couple of amps in the Middle East, but nothing has gone as far as New Zealand just yet. And it's for an Elysium pedal, so I'm getting this thing built. So that's my first job this morning. I'm just doing the foot switch unit, doing all my interconnects and stuff on there. As you can see, hopefully that's focused in on that. This has got a product focus mode, so when you hold something up to the camera, it should focus on it. But I'm not sure I've entirely got those settings correct, but I can see that I'm now out of focus, and it should bounce back. There you go. Yeah, so I'm doing an Elysium build, just starting it, getting everything done, because I need to get this thing out of the door and shipped, because there is a deadline for it. The customer wants it by a certain point. So yeah, we're trying to get this thing done, and hopefully I can get it finished today. I will get it finished today, shipped out the door, because it is, unfortunately, being the other side of the world, literally the other side of the world, or actually the other side of the world, it's a bit of a long journey for it, and it does take time. So yeah, we need to get this thing done, but I'll give you progress updates as we get there. Right, car test. Just out on the road, going to a supplier to pick some bits and pieces up. So I thought we'd try the camera out in the car, see if it works, see if the audio's okay. The gain levels look to be alright, but hopefully you can all hear me fine. But it seems I've completely, what I wanted to talk to you about was that I seem to have completely reversed my cabinet situation around. Zilla has been incredible. In fact, he's not only built what I needed him to build for me, he's built extras, and he's got them there so I can just get them as soon as I need them. Absolutely amazing. He was just going to do that combo cab for me, but I'm going to get him to do the heads and the extension cabs as well, which is brilliant. Really, really happy with it all. My other cabinet builder, the guy who does my what you might call Fender style cabinets, he's just churning out. You saw the PR6 cab the other day, just turning out some of the best quality cabinets I've seen in such a long time, and they sound incredible too. So I feel like it's, you know, all the difficulties that I had, all those struggles, all those people that let me down, I'm finally getting some reward for it, or just good results, because you know, it's been a struggle for such a long time. But it's good news, right? Everything is now kind of heading back in that pre-COVID, pre-Brexit direction, where things were easy, things were great, things were just worked smoothly. So fingers crossed, crossing everything, that it all works out the way it needs to be, and that it, you know, it may, and it will continue to do so for quite a long time. Transformers going well. I've actually found another winder here in the UK, and I was talking to him on the phone yesterday, and he is such a guitar geek. He knows all of the nerdy stuff to the level that you want, you know, so he's talking your language, he's speaking, and he knows what you're talking about, and he understands, you know, especially guitar audio stuff, low fidelity stuff, where some of these guys don't. So yeah, it's great. I've just ordered an absolute ton of Panasonic caps, spent an absolute fortune on them, but I've got enough for the next year or so, I think. So, but you know, expensive time of year this is, and August is usually one of my quietest months. So, although last year we did all right in August, but it's the school holidays here, a lot of people are off work. But it's generally quite quiet for me, but hopefully it's not this year. But we'll see how it goes. Anyway, yeah, all good news. Hope this is filming well, and you can see me and hear me. And yeah, I'll see you back at the workshop. Right, all done then. I've just finished testing it. It's all good. Everything works done. Fully built. Serial number 175. All done. So I'm just going to box it up. Just got to stick the back panel on it. Do all the paperwork. Bits and pieces like that, but that one is now done. Off to, what did I say? New Zealand. Yeah, cool. Right, next one up for your consideration is this Malard 18 watter. You may have seen these before. They are quite rare. They were built by Mick Grabham of Procol Harum, and he did a couple of these, but this is the first combo that I've ever come across. I've seen a couple of the heads, but this combo is, it's the only one I've seen, and it's a rare amp anyway. Really, really cool. And this thing has come in for service and repair. Its current owner owned it for, I think he said around 12 years, maybe a little bit longer. It was a gift to him. I can't remember who he said now. If I remember, I'll let you know. But it has been his possession ever since. I think it's based on the classic Marshall 1974 18 watt circuit. which is a 2-channel amplifier like my Plexi 18 is, but this one does have the Tremolo circuit, and it is that Tremolo which is causing problems here. A customer complaint is that the Tremolo is really weak. It does work, but it quickly kind of dies off, dips down, loses its intensity, and then doesn't come back until you restart the Tremolo, either by turning the amp on or off, or by using the foot switch. So really, really cool. Quite honoured actually to have one of these here in the shop. We're going to go through it. We're going to give it a check out, as we always do. We're going to test it on the bench. I'll show you what the Tremolo is doing, or indeed not doing. Then we can see if we can diagnose what's going on with this. But yeah, really, really cool amp. It's in quite nice condition. I really like the darker biscuit wheat cloth on the front. Hopefully that comes across on camera. But I haven't seen a Malard amp for quite a number of years now. But and like I said, I've only ever seen the heads. I've not seen the combo. This one is loaded with a Celestion G12M greenback, standard 25 watt 8-ohm speaker. You know the one. It's not an old speaker. It is one of the reissues, but absolutely nothing wrong with that. It's a classic speaker for a classic amp. Okay, so with those 4 screws removed, and just make sure that our speaker is disconnected as well. The speaker is hardwired to the chassis. I'll show you that shortly. But we'll just lift this out. You see that there? We've got a hardwired connection. Output transformer wires here. And then we've got a piece of tag strip. And he's connected up. Oh, yeah. Common is centre, and 8 ohm one side, 16 ohm the other. So I'm going to have to desolder to get this chassis out. Right, so I'm just going to desolder those. We might put a different solution onto that later on. I'll just desolder that and come back. Right, here we go then. So I've got the chassis and rear panel out of the, what am I trying to say, out of the cabinet, that's right. So now we can remove the 4 chassis screws. Are we ready for the reveal? No shielding on the back panel, by the way, so we will make sure that some goes on there. Although you might argue, because it's an open-sided chassis, possibly somewhat redundant. Anyway, so nice piece of board in here. Some really old, original mustard capacitors. Very nice. We've got a spray Gatton filter cap here. We've got the JJ can cap down here. We've got some nice quality components throughout. Some nice wiring going on. A couple of things in here that you certainly wouldn't do now if you were building amplifiers. You know, certain techniques and things that have moved on, but certainly nothing that's going to cause any major concern with this amplifier. So as always, I'm just doing an inspection. We're looking for anything that's out of the ordinary, anything that's burnt, broken, or just stands out as being not right. And I'm pleased to say, all looks quite good. It all looks quite good. I'm curious as to why. And I have to get the other camera on the go here. For these tremolo caps, these 1, 2, 3 here, we've got 2 of them covered in heat shrink. You see that? Whereas the third one isn't. Is there a reason they're deliberately trying to hide the value of those? Not sure. So you can see we've got some what you might call star grounds there, but he's using transformer bolts. Again, we don't do that now, but as long as it's not causing any problems, and there's absolutely no risk of them coming loose, then that's fine. The safety earth from the mains wire is, however, sharing its own thing, so we will add a dedicated safety earth to that, for that, just to make sure that that side of it is all good. We also need to be sleeving our connections up here, but it's fine. Right, so why does our tremolo not work? Well, we'll get this thing up on the bench. We will fire it up. Spin you around. So I'm going to show you this side. Show you the sockets and things. And we'll go from there. Okay, up and running on the bench into 8 ohms. We'll start with the right hand channel, which is just a volume and tone control. No tremolo. And if I advance the volume control, you'll see on the scope, we get nice output. We'll bring it up to the point of clipping, so we've got squaring off there at the top. We'll back it down so it looks clean. We'll really find the point where it's just starting to clip, back it off. It's hovering between 11.2 and 11.4 volts. Well, 11.4 volts AC output into 8 ohms. Well, 11 volts output, sorry, is 15 watts, which is probably quite realistic for this. For 18 watts, we need it to do 12 volts output. So if we advance it to 12 volts, which is there, we're looking down here, as you can see, we get quite a bit of squaring off. Tone control on that channel, you can see, brings in more treble, as we would expect. So we'll come back down to 0 on that channel. And actually, let's measure maximum output, shall we? On this channel, drive it quite hard. 14.6, we'll call it 14.5 volts. That puts us at 26 watts. So, although you're probably not going to be doing that all the time, a 25 watt speaker is, the absolute minimum rating that you would need. Anyway, onto the tremolo channel, the one with the issue. Tone control on 0, advance the volume control, bring it up to the point of clipping. Again, it's doing around the same output power. It's doing roughly the same. Tone control, again, it's having less of an effect. That's really interesting. So the tone control isn't doing much on there either. It's doing something, but it's not doing much to the output of this amplifier. Okay, that's a clue. Anyway, tone control 0, we'll bring it back. I've got my tremolo intensity on 0, speed on 0, so slowest throb, easy for you to say. I'd advance the intensity control, which is this one, and what we should just see is, you've seen tremolo on an oscilloscope before, it should just be going wob, 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 like that, okay? And as I advance the intensity control, you see we just get a reduction in output, right down to, that's intensity on full now. If I zoom the scope in, we're not getting any throb there really, are we? A little bit there, and then it just dies off. So we've got quite an unhealthy amplifier. Tremolo off, there you go. Back to rated output. Really interesting, really interesting. So what's going on there? Well, it could be a number of things. First thing we need to do is check that get a schematic. The original schematic for what I assume is this circuit, the 1974. We can then just double check that everything is pretty much as you'd expect it to be. And then we'll go from there, do some basic voltage checks. We can do some basic other tests, bits and pieces that I'll walk you through. And hopefully we'll be able to find what's going on, or the cause of our no tremolo. Well, we haven't done this in a while, have we? Some bias measurements. EL 84s in this case. So, anode to cathode voltage, each side 336 volts on one side, 340 on the other. Screen voltage to cathode 325 on both of them. Value of the cathode resistor is 125.8 ohms measured in circuit, and the voltage drop across it when the amp is at idle is 11.25 volts. So first thing we need to calculate is the cathode current. So the amount of current flowing through that cathode resistor. As you all know, V equals IR. So current is voltage divided by resistance. 11.25 divided by 125.8 means we've got 89.4 milliamps, or 0.089 amps in total flowing through that cathode resistor. We're going to assume that both valves are split, that current is split equally between each valve. That might not be the case in real life, but as it's a shared resistor between two valves, we're going to make that assumption. It gives us 44.7 amps per valve, times that by your anode to cathode voltage, 336 on one side, gives us 15 watts on one side, and what did we say? 0.0447 times 340, 15.2 watts on the other. Now, these are JJEL 84s in this particular amplifier. 84 data sheet, and I can't remember if these are 12 watt or 14 watters. They are 12 watts maximum anode dissipation, but we do have the screen in there, but we'll, for safety's sake, we're going to assume it's not. So we're running at 126%. So they are biased quite hot, okay? And actually, when the amp is running, you can smell that they are biased quite hot. Right, I've just been looking through various schematics online. This is a redrawn version that I have found. It's the closest one to the one that is in, well, the closest one that I found to this circuit. There are a couple of minor differences. That's a 56k, not a 47k, the tail resistor on the phase inverter, for example. But it's, for all intents and purposes, this is that amp. And it's done very well. So good news. So the Tremolo channel, you've got these two inputs here into pin 7, V3A, and then that then feeds into our Tremolo oscillator, as you can see. All of this, so the tremolo is just on this channel, and once it's been through all of that and being wobbed, it then feeds into this side of V2, which is the phase inverter. So if we're getting very weak tremolo, then we need to be certainly looking around here. We can see if we're actually getting any sort of oscillation, whether this, it's called a low frequency oscillator, whether this is actually doing what it's intended. Check voltages, bits and pieces, and we can see what happens as we get up to this point as well. So that's what we're going to be working from today, but really interesting, and hopefully in this video I will have more answers for you, but I am running out of time, so we will see what we get done before I have to get this video edited ready for the weekend. Okay, so the first thing we can do is the simplest thing, which is simply to replace the valve in V3. So just confirm, there's our output on the scope. All right, and if I bring up the intensity, you see we get this drop in output there. All right, so that's the valve that's currently in place. What we'll do is we'll bring that down, carefully remove that one, and we'll put another one in its place. I don't expect this to be the fix. I'll be surprised if it was. But as we're here, being defeated by a valve socket, you may as well have a go. We'll let that valve warm up and we'll see if it makes any difference whatsoever. Okay, so there's our output. Intensity, nope. Same effect as before. Wait, what? That's new. If I just, so I've got the speed on minimum. If I bring the intensity up, the output drops, but you can see it wobbling a little bit. But if I then bring the speed up, the tremolo comes back in. Look at that. We need to do the same test. Well, that's quite a strong tremolo now. Intensity on max, so you can see it's definitely wobbling away. Bring the speed down. And indeed, the tremolo dies off. Bring the speed back up. And the tremolo comes back. Ah, isn't that fascinating? You catching this? You are. That's really interesting. Right. Both controls down to 0. Volume off. Let's go back to the original ECC 83 and see if it still does that. Because that's going to put us in a different diagnostic direction than where we thought we would be. We'll just let it warm up again. I should have checked that first time round, but never you mind. Right, signal, there we go. Right, so intensity still drops our output down. Let's increase the speed. It's starting to go, isn't it? And then it builds up. Okay. Okay. I see you. I see you, Mr. Amplifier. Let's just maximum intensity. Yep. Minimum intensity. Maximum intensity. Bring the speed down. Okay, so what is it, or what is it about the speed control that could be causing our problems? I'll show you over here. What could it be? So here's our intensity control, right? And there's the foot switch. But here's the speed control, which sits halfway along the chain there. So we need to investigate 1, 2, 3, 4 capacitors. This decoupling cap here to ground, that might be suspicious. That might be suspicious. Right, I've just seen something. I've just seen something. For all the car enthusiasts, I've just seen something which you rarely see. You rarely see these on the road. But let me just spin the camera around and I'll show you. Oh, what is that? That is Ferrari 512 BBI in red. Left-hand drive. Look at it. Look at it. Wow. Look at it. Absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing. I think this place here is a Ferrari specialists. But yeah. Oh. Let me just come out. I mean, there's another Ferrari here, look. The newer Ferraris aren't really my thing, but these classic ones. Look at it. 512 BBI, V12 in the back there. Flat, is it a flat 12 or a boxer? I think it's the boxer, isn't it? Or is it 180 degree V? Look at it. Black Testarossa there. Is that an early 308? Oh, and another one. Look at it. Anyway, one of my dream Ferraris. There it is. Beautiful. Absolutely gorgeous. There it is. Yeah. Oh, it's got the spinners as well, look. Yes. Quick look at the Black Testarossa from behind. It's a Dino 308. Amazing. Anyway, there you go. Thought I'd show you that. Hope you enjoyed it. I need to get back to the workshop. Hello everyone. 4 components to fix the tremolo on this 18 watter. First one, the 2 meg speed pot, well out of spec. Decoupling cap to ground, the 47 nanofarad is leaky. The 50 microfarad Sprague was leaky. And just to finish it off, the little 4N7 disc cap off the tone control was leaky as well. So 3 leaky caps and 1 pot, and here we go. Turn the tremolo completely off. There you go, all fixed. Right, sorry. It's been running. I assembled it all back in the cabinet, and it was just idling away for it's about 20 minutes now, and then it just started making all those cracks and crackles and pops. Whew. So as you can see, reseating, it was this valve that when I removed that, the noise stopped. Swapping it with another one, the noise didn't come back. So I've just put that one back in, and now it's quiet again. So I need to go back through this, see if we can work out what's what. So I'm going to turn it off, let it completely cool down, heat cycle it, turn it back on, and see if we get any other issues. And one thing I did also get very, very briefly was a bit of a buzz through the speaker, quite a nasty buzz, which wiggling one of these, it was 1, 2, 3, 4 V5. So I think I need to go back through and re-clean all of the sockets, because I don't think I've quite got them just yet. Right, let's do a cold start then. It's had an hour, actually more than that, an hour and 15, 18 minutes, maybe something like that. So we'll give it a cold start now, and let's have a listen. Instantly buzzing. You hear that? Something very strange going on. Right, we're gonna have to leave it here for this video, because I'm definitely out of time. I've overrun, so I need to get this video edited and uploaded. So more on this one this week, but we've fixed the tremolo, but now we've run into more problems. So yeah, the saga continues. Well, that's it then, guys. Thank you very much for watching once again. As always, please give this video a thumbs up. All your comments and questions down below. Subscribe and hit the notification bell if you haven't already. If you're feeling super generous like these guys have, why not join the channel? And I will catch you all at the next one.